I am George Anthony Carter. My ruling on Amantes at one time, well, Los Alumnos coming down the route to Amantes. I did the arranging many years ago, selected material, trained the group. Now I'm just a resource personnel, education officer kind of situation, giving guidance to the types of tunes and maybe the history of the tune, if there's a history behind it, and any little conversation that the members want to raise with me. So basically, I'm around to motivate and to encourage. I grew up in an era in Trinidad in the late 50s, 60s when we had two radio stations. And one of the things they always had a lot of local music, especially calypso and Indian music. In addition to that, my mother spent part of her early life in a place called Cora. And she used to sing all these old patois songs, little parang songs, and tell me story about Christmas in Cora, what it's like. And as a little boy growing up, I was interested. And as I got older, I started to play. My friend bought a guitar and I used to borrow it, a little $10 guitar, and got interested. Then going to school, I met that's around 1969, 70, I met a teacher who was encouraging children to play the cuatro, to learn Spanish, the Spanish language. Because if you learn the Spanish language, it's an access to be near to Venezuela. So as the years went by, I started learning little songs. One of the first songs, in fact, the first song I learned was Fuego al Cañón, para que respete nuestro parrandón, right, on the little cuatro. And then parang started to be aired over Radio 610. That is 1979, 71. And I listened to this thing, and this thing's so nice, this kind of music. And then that same year, I went to a place called Lupino by some relatives, and I used to spend time there. I did my GC in 1970. Christmas 1970 was the first time I witnessed parang with people like Sotero Gomez, Cyprian Reese, Segundo Dolabay Papagoon, and this music was, I can't describe it, right? And you're seeing the mandolin, you're seeing the violin, you're seeing the upright bass, you're seeing them play shak, right? And of course, they with a little grog, and they're making jokes. You know what the joke is about because it's in Spanish. And my interest just grew in it. Eventually, I met these gentlemen, had conversations. And then around 1971, I was introduced to a little group in Lupino, a parang group, led by Benedict Guerrero and his children, wife and children. And they invited me to join the group, and I joined the group and started to learn songs. And we're going out, and you realize what this parang thing is about. It's something go back to ancient times, where stories from the Bible and the birth of Christ and the visitation of the angel Gabriel they were the big songs. And they had other songs like Rio Manzanares and Warap. Well, the favorite part is going on stage when I have to sing. At one time I used to play the cuatro. Now I play it most of the time. Well, all the time I play the guitar, right? I don't really play the other instruments. But it's a joy to go and sing, and you're singing songs, and you're seeing your friends, and you're seeing people you don't know smiling at you, and they come in after you perform to chat with you and asking you about the song, where the song came from, and they introducing themselves. Sometimes you meet. Well, I have made a lot of friends through parang. When we go to some of these shows like in Paramin or Lupino, you make friends and you enjoy yourself. You explain sometimes what you're singing, the gist of the stories, right? All the songs have stories behind them, whether it's biblical or ordinary stories, and you explain to people what you're telling them, because remember the average Trinidadian, we are not speakers of the language, so you just have to explain what it is you're singing, and it'll be a joy when people sometimes recognize that when you watch them sometime and you watch the mouths moving, singing at least the chorus, it'll be a joy to perform, and well, as we say, you make them happy. Anywhere we go, whether it's senior citizens' homes or schools or the general public or private jobs, people enjoy themselves, and I am very happy, and the members of the group very happy to be involved in a group that doing that kind of work. Well, one of the Christmas traditions I have liked is, you're making things. I'm not good at baking. I don't think I could bake. I can make bread and I can make pastel. I could cook big turkey ham, right? And when my children were growing up, it was a joy when they get up Christmas morning. My wife and I will have the table ready for them. Besides the toys, and you change the curtains and whatever you have, food. But they wasn't interested in the food till they get hungry. They're more interested in the toys. And as the years went by, they learned to make pastel, black cake. There's make black cake, right? Punch creme, right? I will make sorrel sometime. Ginger beer. Well, I grow sorrel. I like to grow a little bit of sorrel, so I don't have to buy. I just feel good when I grow the sorrel and you come home and you make your own sorrel. Because I like to plant too. And that's the joy of, as we say, the Christmas spirit. Remember, the real meaning of Christmas is not about all these things, it's about the Christ child. The Christ child came into the world to do something for all of us. And one of the greatest things is love. So in Christmas time, you have love, you share, right? You cook and you have people passing by you to pick up their little lunch, right? You tell them to pass for lunch Christmas morning, right? Near where I live, there's a gas station. If they are wrong, if they work in that day, we will carry lunch. If they want, of course. And anybody who pass, sometimes they get lunch because we cook extra. And there's a joy in doing all these things. I mean, you'll be tired, but what's the big deal? It's Christmas time.